for joining. I'm just going to do a short little practice for, just grounding each day. Just taking a couple of minutes to do some breath work, to let go of any of the stresses and strains that we're all dealing with on a daily basis, even outside of what's happening at the moment. And hopefully, that will all, this too shall pass, as they say. However, trying to stay grounded and in the moment when we're worried about loved ones, when we're worried about ourselves and maybe feeling stressed and lonely. There's a couple of breath exercises that I suggest, and also some grounding stretches and twists that are very nice to do. Connecting into the torso is the key thing. Our lungs are in here, so we want to keep our lungs healthy, but we want to engage with the idea that there's internal muscles and there's external muscles. So we hold a lot of tension in our external, what you can see essentially, but we can develop a breathing technique so that you're relaxing the outside muscles as you breathe in and allowing those external, like your tummy muscles and everything, to relax as you breathe in. And then as you breathe out, then you're engaging those muscles of the tummy, of the chest, of the back, in order to press all of the air back out again. So we're getting a kind of a flow, an ebb and flow of breathing in, expanding the torso, breathing out, drawing in the muscles, so engaging them further. So if you want to join me in an easy cross-legged pose, you can use a cushion under the bum, you can use cushions under the knees. This is a challenging posture to sit in, and maybe perceived as a passive posture, but there's actually a huge amount going on. So we have our legs crossed at the shins, the outside edges of the feet are connected to the floor. We're using cushions underneath the knees if we need to, because if there's any mobility issues with hips, with knees, you don't want any pinching or pain. It's not the purpose of yoga, is to have pain or to get into a shape. If you're flexible, and days will always be different, so one day you might feel that you can sit in lotus position, which is when the feet are up here. That is not something that my hips will allow me to do. Never have done, and it's about acceptance, about what this body is able for, and what makes the body feel good, not what makes a photograph look amazing, okay? So the awareness is within, the awareness of what makes you feel good and happy and grounded and present is what's important. So making yourself comfortable is primary. Sitting yourself up nice and tall. Imagine the crown of your head is extending upwards towards the ceiling. The shoulders are down away from the ears. Resting your arms, just resting them, palms facing up. You can have the right hand sitting on top of the left, thumbs touching. When you have the thumbs touching, this brings the awareness of the physical body. So when you're stressed, we tend not to feel anything in our body because we're up here. So when you place either, first finger and thumb together, or thumbs together, just in a relaxed, easy cross-legged pose, it reminds you to connect back into the body. So take a moment to close over the eyes. Bring the awareness to how you're sitting. How does it feel? You're bringing that awareness and you're thinking about it and doing the body scan without judgment. You're not saying, oh, why don't I, or I'm so this, or I'm so that. It's not a judgment call. It's, that's interesting. Why do my shoulders feel so tight? Why does my back feel so sore? What can I do to help it make it feel a little bit better? And doing those things. Take the time to do it. It sends an important message to yourself that you're listening to the body, you're hearing what's being said, same as if it was a child or a friend or a family member who came to you and said that they needed help with something, that something was very uncomfortable. And you would obviously help them, so do the same for yourself. So take that moment, get yourself whatever you need, coming into the physical body, the awareness of where you're at this very moment. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Feel the torso expanding, so soften the tummy muscles, feel the torso expanding, and then as you breathe out through the nose, feel it reducing in size. Breathing in, feel the torso expand, breathing out, letting the torso reduce. And you can do that for a count of 4. Breathing in for 4, pause, and then breathe out for 4. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4. Breathing out for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Just being gentle with yourself. You can even count it on your fingers if you like. And just practice that. Don't try to do too much. If you can do the 4 breath, increase that to 5, and maybe even 6, in for 6, out for 6. There's an article on my website on coreyoga.ie about coherent breathing and how that has been scientifically proven to help with the physiological stress response. So very simple. It's just breathing in for the count of 6, but it's not that simple if we haven't been practicing it. So don't be hard on yourself. Start with 3, 4, whatever it may be, and work your way up. And it might be that you can just do the breath in for 4, but out for 6. Whatever you can do. You're working on, like exercising a muscle. You're exercising your lungs. They're muscles as well. There's a lot of complex work going on in this body, but everything that we can do to help it come back into balance and work optimally is what we need to do. So drink plenty of water, practice your breathing exercises, and do send me a message if you have any questions. It's just coragarvey@gmail.com.